next story is about Europe. The European Union has issued an ultimatum of sorts to the US, UK and Turkiye. Arms companies from all these countries will be excluded from a new $165 billion EU defense funding initiative unless their home countries sign defense and security agreements with Brussels. Yes, you heard that right. The EU aims to reduce its security dependency on America in its pursuit of a Buy European initiative. On Wednesday, the planned fund for capitals to spend on weapons would only be open to EU defense companies and those from third countries that have signed defense agreements with the bloc. According to a European Commission proposal put forward, it would also exclude any advanced weapon systems upon which a third country had design authority written on it. Restrictions on its construction or use of particular components or control over its eventual use, that would exclude the US Patriot air and missile defense platform, which is manufactured by defense contractor RTX, and other US weapon systems where Washington has restrictions on where they can be used. Now, this comes at a time when Europe is strengthening its defense amid a perceived threat from Russia and doubts about future US protection. Remember, last month, the Trump administration signaled that US security prioritizes lay elsewhere and that its own borders and in Asia, the Trump administration has made it very clear that Europeans need to fend for itself and Ukraine in the future. That as Europe's biggest war since World War II entered its fourth year in Ukraine. Now, under the new strategy, EU member countries will be urged to buy much of their weapons in Europe and work mostly with European suppliers. And in some cases, with EU to help cut prices and speed up orders. They should only buy equipment from abroad when costs, performance or supply delays make it preferable. Now, this policy is a victory for France as well as other countries in Europe that have demanded a Buy European approach to the continent's defense investment push. This amid fears over the long-term dependability or reliance of the US as a defense partner and supplier triggered by Trump. Now, at least 65% of the cost of the goods would need to be spent in the EU, Norway and Ukraine. The remaining could be spent on goods from third countries that have signed a security pact. The EU's chief diplomat, Kaja Kallas, said, and I quote here, "We have this opportunity to really build up the European defense industry. In crisis, your military really needs to have free hands." Now, the UK has lobbied her to be included in this initiative, especially given its key role in a European coalition of the willing, which is aimed at strengthening Europe's defense capabilities. UK defense companies, including BAE Systems and Babcock International, are deeply integrated into the defense industry of EU, such as Italy and Sweden. If third countries such as the UK, US and Turkiye want to participate in this initiative, they would now need to sign a defense and security partnership with the EU. As per reports, talks between London and Brussels on such a pact have begun, but have become embroiled in demands for a larger EU-UK agreement that would also include controversial issues such as fishing rights and migration. But as far as the exclusion of the UK and Turkey is concerned, it will create big headaches for big European defense companies that have close ties to the suppliers. In those markets, the move is also expected to cause major worry for UK's defense sector. One senior UK defense industry insider said it was a major concern. Clearly, it's not the joint and unified Europe, at least as far as Europe and Britain is concerned.